So, in our last video, as I explained, that finally he told about his plan that he has come to propose his daughter's hand, and he became very happy. Stepanovich became very happy to hear this proposal. He went to call his girl, his daughter, and when she came, he again started becoming nervous. He started behaving nervously, but finally he gathered the courage to speak. But he tried to speak briefly, but he was not able to speak the things briefly. He started elaborating about his family relations, how they are connected with each other, how their property is connected with each other. And as soon as he spoke, that you will remember that my oxen meadows touch your birch woods. At immediately, this girl Natalia interrupts him by saying, "Excuse me, excuse my interrupting you. You say my oxen meadows, but are they yours?" So as soon as he spoke that my oxen meadows are touching with your birch woods, she immediately interrupted by saying that you said my oxen meadows, but are they yours? Lomov, yes, mine. Natalia, what are you talking about? Oxen meadows are ours, not yours. So they started arguing with each other, and Natalia says that no, no, oxen meadows are not yours, those are ours. Lomov, no, mine, honored Natalia Stepanova. So he's still trying to maintain his patience, and he said, no, no, honored Natalia, those are mine. Natalia, well, I never knew that before. How do you make that out? So he said, I was never aware that those are yours. How did you determine that those are yours? Lomov, how? I am speaking of those oxen meadows which are wedged in between your birchwood and the burnt marsh. So he still tried to, make the point very clearly that maybe you have some confusion, maybe you have misunderstood, but I am talking about those oxen meadows which are wedged, means crushed, in between your birchwoods and the burnt marsh. Burnt marsh means wetland. Natalia, yes, yes, they are ours. Lomov, no, you are mistaken, honored Natalia Stepanova. They are mine. So he's also saying, no, you have some mistake. Those are mine. Natalia, just think, Ivan Vasilievich, how long have they been yours? Lomov, how long? As long as I can remember. Natalia, really? You won't get me to believe that. She said, the way you are behaving or the way you are saying, I can't believe you. Lomov, but you can see from the documents, Honor Natalia Stepanova, Oxen Meadows, it is true, were once the subject of dispute. So now he started explaining with some more affirmations that you see that you can check it from the documents, Honor Natalia Stepanova, that Oxen Meadows, it is true, there is no doubt that once they were a subject of dispute, there was a conflict. Means when there is some doubt about the property, that this property belongs to whom or who is the right owner of this property, then it is called to be disputed. So once there was a dispute, but now everybody knows that they are mine, there is nothing to argue about. You see, my aunt's grandmother have the free use of these meadows in perpetuity to the peasants of your father's grandfather, in return for which they were to make bricks for her. The peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had free use of the meadows for 40 years and had got into the habit of regarding them as their own. When it happened that, so he started explaining by saying that, of course, once it was a property of dispute, but now it is clear that these are mine. How? Because there is nothing to argue about it. And he started explaining that, you see, my aunt's grandmother of my aunt, gave the free use of these meadows. Free use of these meadows means to use these meadows in perpetuity. Perpetuity is given for ever, means just forever, to the peasants of your father's grandfather. These were given to those farmers who were your father's grandfather, in return for which they were to make bricks for her, and those peasants were supposed to make bricks for her. The peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had the free use of the meadows. Now, those peasants were given the free use or approach to those meadows of your grandfather, sorry, your father's grandfather, and had the free use of the meadows for 40 years and had got into the habit of regarding them as their own because my aunt had given them access to use these meadows to those peasants and they used it for almost 40 years, so they just made it like a habit that these are their own. When it happened that, and he was just trying to convince the girl, but in between Natalia said, no, it isn't at all like that, it is not at all the way you are telling. Both grandmother and great grandfather reckoned that their land extended to burnt marsh. I'm sorry, students. So, what she said, no, it isn't at all like that. Both grandfather and great grandfather reckoned that their land extended to burnt marsh, means they had already recorded that their land was till the burnt marsh, which means that oxen meadows were ours. I don't see that there is to argue about. So she's also pretty sure about it that this is the way it was done. So I don't think there is anything to doubt about. It is simply silly. So it is a silly thing that we are talking about it. I'll show you the documents Natalia Stepanova. So Lomov was also not convinced the way she was telling. He said, no, no, I will show you the documents. Documents means the papers of the property. Natalia, no, you are simply joking or making fun of me. So she's not at all accepting the way he was speaking. She said, no, I think you are joking or you are making fun of me. What surprise! We have had the land for nearly 300 years and then we are suddenly told that it isn't ours. Ivan Vasilevich, I can hardly believe my own ears. So she is like not able to, stomach it. And she said that what is surprise that from last almost 300 years we know that this property is ours and suddenly we are told one day that it is not ours. I can hardly believe my own ears. So what you are speaking, I can't believe that I'm listening this. These meadows aren't worth much to me. They only come to 5 descendants. So she said that these are not very important for me. These are not worth for me. Means as far as their money value is concerned, they are not very expensive or its value is not very rich. They only come to 5 descendants. Descendants means beta. This is a measurement unit of the land in Russia. So it is the only this much land and are worth perhaps 300 rubles. So its value is also hardly 300 rubles. Rubles are Russian money, as in India we speak according to the rupees. So here she is saying that it is just for 300 rubles, but can't stand unfairness. Say what you will, I can't stand unfairness. So she said it is not that much worth, that if you're talking about this property that it is yours, it is not very expensive for me, but I am standing for the unfairness. I can't tolerate something unfair is happening. Say what you will, means whatever you can say, but I can't stand unfairness. Lomov, hear me out. So he requests that you just listen to me. I implore you, I beg you. The peasants of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now my aunt's grandmother wishing to make them a pleasant. So what he started saying that please listen to me, I beg your pardon, you listen to me patiently, that as I have already explained, the peasants of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor to explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. So those peasants which were of your father's grandfather, they used to bake the bricks for my aunt's grandmother, and now my aunt's grandmother wishing to make them a pleasant. Pleasant means she wanted to make them happy. Natalia, I can't make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers and grandmothers. So she said, I'm not able to understand. So much confusing you are telling about the things that about your grandmother, about your aunt, about your grandfather. I'm not able to understand all this. The meadows are ours, that's all. So I have no courage to listen, to understand what you are talking. I have a very clear picture that the meadows are ours, and that's all. There is nothing all to talk about. Lomov, mine. Natalia, ours. You can go on proving it for 2 days on end. You can go and put on 15 dress jackets, but I'll tell you they are ours, ours, ours. So she is now very angry, and she said that you can keep speaking that for the 2 days that those are yours, yours. And even you can change 15 dress jackets. Like today you have come in this evening gown. You can say this for the uh, buy jackets, but I'll tell you that they are ours, 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 and I don't want anything to yours, and I don't want to give anything of mine. Neither I want anything from you, nor I want to take anything from, not I can give anything mine. So there. Lomov, Natalia Stepanova, I don't want the meadows, but I am acting on principles. Now he is also taking stand that he said that I don't want these meadows, but at the same time I believe on principles. I believe on the right and wrong. If you like, I'll make you a present of them. So he said, if you are liking those meadows, no problem. I can give that meadows as a present to you. Natalia, I can make you a present of them myself because they are mine. Your behavior, Ivan Vasilevich, is strange. To say the least, up to this, we have always thought of you as a good neighbor, a friend. Last year, we lent you out threshing machine. So when he said no, that I can even give you my meadows as a present to you if you wish, but I am with the principles that it is mine, so I cannot accept this as it is. But Natalia also said that why I will take this present from you. I can rather give you this present because those are mine. And your behavior is quite strange. You know, till now I was always thinking that you are a good person, you are a good boy. Even last year I remember that we gave you our threshing machine. Threshing machine is beta that machine which is used to separate the grains from the thresh. So we gave you our threshing machine, although on that account we had to put off our own threshing till November. So means just because I gave you this favor of giving my threshing machine to you, and because of that my own threshing was lasted till November. So but you behave to us as if we were gypsies. Gypsies means those who are the wanderer tribes. I think you all know. So give me my own land indeed. So he said, she said, I'm not here to take anything from you, but just give me my own land. No, really, that's not all at all neighborly. You are not talking like a good neighbor. In my opinion, it is even impudent if you want to know. Impudent means it is quite immodest. The way you are behaving, you are not at all talking to me decently. Lumov, then you make out that I am a land grabber. Madam, never in my life I have ever grabbed anybody else's land, and I shan't allow anybody to accuse me of having done so. So he said that what you are talking, if you are saying that I am talking to you indecently, what you are doing, you are also making me like a land grabber. And in my life, I have never done such kind of things. I shan't allow anybody to accuse me. Accuse me means to blame me for doing such things. Quickly steps to the care carafe and drinks more water. So he immediately take more water to drink. Oxen meadows are mine. So he again insisted that oxen meadows are mine. Natalia, it's not true. They are ours. Lomov, mine. So they are arguing, and arguing that they are mine. Natalia is saying they are mine, and Lomov is saying they are mine. So both are fighting on a small piece of land. This is what I told you in the beginning, that these people of time, though they are so rich, they are wealthy, but still they will fight on small issues, on very petty issues. So we will continue in next video, students.